Jay Leno stands as one of the most recognizable figures in American television history, a comedian whose presence shaped the tone of late-night entertainment for more than 2 decades. Best known for hosting The Tonight Show, he became a nightly ritual for millions of viewers who tuned in for humor that blended accessibility, observation, and a distinctly everyman sensibility. His comedy did not rely on shock or controversy. Instead, it drew strength from timing, relatability, and an instinctive understanding of everyday American life. Yet behind the familiar smile and trademark delivery lies a far more complex journey. Leno's path to success was not paved with privilege or ease. He grew up in a modest household where financial constraints and personal challenges shaped his early outlook. He also faced academic struggles, particularly with learning difficulties that made traditional education a frustrating experience. Rather than being defined by these limitations, he redirected his energy toward performance and humor, discovering early that making people laugh offered both confidence and purpose. Over time, what began as a coping mechanism evolved into a lifelong profession. Through persistence, relentless work ethic, and a willingness to perform anywhere an audience would listen, Leno gradually built a reputation in comedy clubs before eventually rising to national prominence. His story is not just one of fame, but of endurance, of someone who transformed personal obstacles into the foundation of a career that would span generations of viewers and secure his place in television history. Early life and working-class foundations. Jay Leno was born into a working-class family where stability was never guaranteed and success was something earned through daily effort rather than inherited opportunity. His upbringing was shaped by parents who emphasized discipline, responsibility, and resilience. His father worked long hours in sales, while his mother maintained a steady emotional anchor within the household, ensuring that despite financial limitations, the home remained grounded in care and consistency. Growing up, Leno experienced the realities of modest living conditions. Resources were limited and luxuries were rare, but these circumstances fostered a sense of adaptability and independence from a young age. The environment taught him that comfort was not something to expect, but something to work toward. This perspective would later become central to his identity as a performer who never distanced himself from ordinary audiences. Although his early years contained moments of encouragement, they were also marked by difficulty in academic settings. Leno struggled with traditional learning structures, often feeling out of step with his peers. Teachers recognized his challenges more than his potential, which contributed to a sense of isolation during his school years. However, instead of retreating inward, he began observing people closely, developing a sense of timing and behavior that would later become essential in comedy. These early experiences did not create immediate success, but they laid a foundation of perseverance. The combination of discipline at home and struggle in school shaped a mindset that valued persistence over perfection. In many ways, Leno's later achievements were rooted in these formative years of quiet determination and steady resilience. Struggles with education and discovery of comedy. Leno's school years were defined by difficulty, particularly in reading and written comprehension. These challenges created frustration in classrooms that prioritized conventional academic performance. Rather than thriving in structured learning environments, he often found himself working harder just to keep pace. This gap between effort and outcome contributed to feelings of discouragement, but it also encouraged him to seek alternative forms of expression. Comedy became that alternative. At first, humor was not a career ambition but a survival tool, a way to navigate social discomfort and academic struggle. Leno discovered that making others laugh changed the way he was perceived. In moments where he felt out of place, humor offered connection. It became a bridge between isolation and acceptance. Outside the classroom, he began experimenting with jokes and impressions, observing how people reacted to different forms of humor. These early attempts were informal and unpolished, but they revealed a natural instinct for timing and audience response. Leno learned quickly that laughter was immediate feedback, honest, unfiltered, and rewarding. This period marked a turning point. Instead of viewing his learning difficulties as barriers, he began redirecting his energy toward performance. Comedy clubs, school events, and small gatherings became training grounds where he tested material and refined delivery. What started as a coping mechanism gradually evolved into a serious pursuit. By the time he reached young adulthood, humor was no longer just a response to struggle, it had become a direction. It offered not only relief from academic challenges, but also a sense of identity and purpose that traditional education had failed to provide. Early career and the comedy grind entering adulthood, Leno faced the harsh realities of building a career in entertainment without financial security or industry connections. The comedy world he stepped into was highly competitive, filled with performers chasing limited opportunities in clubs across the country. Success required persistence, resilience, and an ability to endure frequent rejection. Leno committed fully to the craft. He worked relentlessly, performing in small venues where audiences were unpredictable and pay was minimal. Travel was often uncomfortable, living conditions modest, and schedules demanding. Yet these hardships became part of his training. Every performance offered a chance to refine timing, test material, and understand audience psychology. Unlike performers who relied heavily on controversy or shock value, Leno developed a style rooted in relatability. His humor reflected everyday experiences, making it accessible to a broad audience. This approach helped him stand out in a crowded field, gradually earning him recognition among peers and club owners. Progress was slow but steady. Each small opportunity led to another, and over time, his reputation grew. He became known not only for his comedic ability, but also for his professionalism and work ethic. He rarely turned down performances, understanding that consistency was essential in an unpredictable industry. This phase of his life was not glamorous, but it was foundational. It built the discipline and stage confidence that would later define his television success. Through years of repetition and persistence, Leno transformed from an aspiring comic into a performer capable of commanding national attention. Rise to national recognition and television success, Leno's transition from club comedian to national television figure did not happen overnight. It was the result of years of steady work and increasing visibility within the comedy circuit. His appearances on televised comedy programs introduced him to a wider audience, showcasing his ability to deliver consistent, relatable humor in a polished format. As his reputation grew, opportunities expanded. He became a frequent guest on major talk shows, where his quick wit and natural delivery made him a reliable and engaging presence. These appearances helped establish him as one of the most dependable comedians of his generation. Eventually, his career reached a defining milestone when he became host of The Tonight Show. This role placed him at the center of American late-night television, a position that required not only comedic skill, but also adaptability, consistency, and cultural awareness. His monologues became a nightly tradition for millions of viewers. Leno's hosting style emphasized accessibility. He avoided alienating humor, instead focusing on topical observations and everyday commentary. This approach contributed to the show's widespread appeal and long-term success. His ability to connect with audiences across demographics helped solidify his place in television history. Over time, his presence became synonymous with late-night entertainment itself. What began as a career in small comedy clubs evolved into one of the most influential positions in American media, marking a remarkable journey from modest beginnings to national recognition. The pressure of fame and public life with success came the demands of constant visibility. Hosting a major late-night program meant operating under intense schedules, public scrutiny and continuous creative expectations. Every night required fresh material, precise delivery, and the ability to remain relevant in a rapidly changing cultural landscape. Despite the pressures, Leno maintained a reputation for professionalism and consistency. He was known for arriving early, preparing thoroughly, and treating the work with seriousness even when the tone appeared light. This discipline became one of the defining features of his career. However, sustained fame also meant limited privacy. Public figures in entertainment often navigate expectations that extend beyond performance, and Leno was no exception. Balancing personal life with professional obligations required careful boundaries and resilience. Over decades in the spotlight, he witnessed shifts in the entertainment industry, including changes in audience preferences and media formats. Yet he adapted, maintaining relevance through evolving comedic approaches while preserving his core style. The demands of fame did not diminish his work ethic. Instead, they reinforced it. Leno's career during this period reflected endurance under pressure, an ability to remain consistent in an environment that constantly demanded reinvention. His longevity in late-night television is often attributed not only to talent, but to an extraordinary capacity for sustained effort. Personal life, values, and relationships outside of his professional achievements, Leno's personal life has often been characterized by stability and privacy. He has maintained long-term relationships and kept much of his private world away from public attention, preferring a lifestyle grounded in routine rather than excess. He is widely recognized for his interest in automobiles, particularly classic and vintage vehicles, which has become one of his most well-known personal passions. This hobby reflects a broader appreciation for craftsmanship, mechanical history, and preservation. Leno's approach to wealth and success has also been notably understated compared to many public figures. Despite substantial earnings throughout his career, he is known for maintaining practical habits and a strong work ethic. He has often emphasized the importance of continuing to work regardless of financial status, viewing productivity as a core value rather than a necessity. In relationships, he has been described as loyal and steady, prioritizing long-term commitment over public display. His personal philosophy tends to emphasize consistency, responsibility, and humility. These aspects of his life provide contrast to his public persona as a television entertainer. While audiences know him for humor and performance, his private identity reflects discipline, stability, and a preference for grounded living. This balance between public success and private simplicity has contributed to his long-standing reputation as a steady figure in entertainment. Philanthropy and contributions beyond entertainment throughout his career. Leno has been involved in a range of charitable activities and philanthropic efforts. His contributions have supported educational initiatives, medical organizations, veterans programs, and community-based causes. Rather than focusing solely on public recognition, much of his charitable work has been conducted quietly. He has participated in benefit performances and fundraising events, using his platform as a comedian to support causes that extend beyond the entertainment industry. These efforts reflect an understanding of influence as a tool for contribution rather than only personal advancement. Education has been one of the recurring themes in his philanthropy, likely influenced by his own early academic struggles. Supporting access to learning opportunities and skill development programs aligns with his personal history and values. In addition, his involvement in automotive preservation has contributed to cultural and historical appreciation, helping maintain collections and exhibitions that document mechanical innovation. Leno's philanthropic approach is consistent with his broader personality, practical, steady, and action-oriented. Rather than emphasizing publicity, his contributions are often integrated into ongoing commitments. This dimension of his life highlights a different aspect of his legacy. Beyond entertainment, he has used his success to support initiatives that benefit communities, reflecting a long-term investment in social and cultural development. Legacy in American television. Jay Leno's legacy in American television is defined by longevity, consistency, and cultural impact. As a late-night host, he became a familiar presence in millions of households, shaping how audiences experienced nightly entertainment for more than 2 decades. His influence extends beyond individual performances. He helped define the structure and tone of modern late-night monologues, emphasizing accessibility and broad appeal. His approach demonstrated that comedy could be both simple and effective without relying on extremes. Leno's career also represents a model of persistence in the entertainment industry. From small comedy clubs to national television, his trajectory illustrates how sustained effort and adaptability can lead to long-term success. His ability to remain relevant across changing cultural eras is a testament to his understanding of audience connection. Even after stepping away from nightly hosting duties, his presence in entertainment has continued through guest appearances, interviews, and ongoing projects. His influence remains visible in the structure of contemporary talk shows and in the careers of comedians who followed similar paths. Ultimately, his legacy is not only about fame or recognition, but about endurance. He represents a generation of entertainers who built careers through consistency rather than instant success, leaving a lasting imprint on American television history. Later years, reflection, and continued work in his later years. Leno has continued to remain active in various professional and personal pursuits. Rather than retiring completely from public life, he has maintained involvement in entertainment, automotive projects, and occasional performances. This continued activity reflects a lifelong pattern of staying engaged rather than stepping away from work. His approach to aging in the public eye emphasizes productivity, curiosity, and sustained interest in creative and mechanical endeavors. He has also faced personal challenges associated with time and health, as many long-career entertainers do. However, he has continued to maintain a presence in public life with resilience and adaptability, adjusting his pace while remaining active. His later years also reflect a shift in focus toward preservation of interests, relationships, and work ethic. The emphasis is less on expansion and more on continuity, maintaining what has been built over decades. Audiences who followed his career from its early days often view this phase as a continuation rather than an ending. His presence remains tied to a broader cultural memory of late-night television and comedy history. In many ways, this stage of life represents reflection without withdrawal, and ongoing engagement with work, creativity, and personal passion. Conclusion: a life built on persistence and laughter. Jay Leno's life story reflects a journey shaped by resilience, discipline, and adaptability. From a modest upbringing marked by academic struggle to becoming one of the most recognizable figures in American television, his path illustrates how persistence can transform limitations into opportunity. His career in comedy and television was built not on sudden breakthroughs, but on years of steady effort. Each stage of his life contributed to the next, from early struggles in school to performances in small comedy clubs, and eventually to national recognition as a late-night host. Beyond entertainment, his story is also one of endurance in the face of pressure, change, and time. He maintained a consistent work ethic throughout decades of evolving media landscapes, adapting without losing his core identity as a performer. His legacy extends beyond jokes and monologues. It includes a philosophy of showing up, working consistently, and treating humor as a way to connect people rather than divide them. His influence can still be seen in modern comedy and television formats. Ultimately, Jay Leno's journey demonstrates that success is often the result of persistence over time rather than isolated moments of achievement. His life remains a testament to the idea that humor, when paired with discipline and resilience, can become both a career and a lasting cultural contribution.